Now we're going to learn some great modeling tools by creating another type of lamp. This lamp design would be a challenge using traditional polygon modeling. So we're going to build it starting with splines. A spline is a collection of vertices and connecting segments that form a line or curve. You will find different splines in the Shape tab of the Create panel. Start by opening the Train Station Lamp Max file. This file already has a side view image of the finished lamp loaded so that we can use it to trace over. Go to the Create panel. Click Shapes. Then click on the Line button. Keep the creation method at the default, which is corner. Click the Start point at the right of the screen at the end of the lamp arm. Click again at the first curve moving to the left. Then moving up, add 2 vertices at the curve and a last vertex at the top of the lamp head. Right-click to finish. When we click with the line tool, we create a corner vertex. But when you click and drag when placing a vertex, you create a Bezier vertex. This gives you handles that you can edit the curve with. When we created the line, we created corner vertices that are sharp, but we need Bezier vertices to create curves. Go to the Modify panel. In the stack, click on the arrow next to the line. To open the sub-object access, now select Vertex. Use Control-click to select the middle vertices of the line we made. Then right-click and from the Quad menu in the Tool 1 section, choose Bezier to change those over. To adjust the Bezier handles, you need to use the Move tool. It's best to use the square form by the plane handles so that you can move the handle in both directions. You don't need to get the line exactly the same as the picture. Just follow the general shape. In the Modify panel, go to Rendering Rollout. Check both Enable in Render and Enable in Viewport. This makes the curve a renderable 3D object. In the radial section, change the thickness to 40 and the sides to 18. Now go to the Interpolation Rollout and change the steps to 12. Interpolation controls how 3ds Max generates the spline. All spline curves are divided into small, straight lines that approximate the true curve. The number of divisions between each vertex on the spline is called a step. The more the steps used, the smoother the curve appears. Select the Vertex button again to exit subobject mode. Rename the object Lamp Arm 001. Now for the lampshade. Go to the Create panel, Shapes, and select the Line tool again. First, you will need to uncheck Enable in Render and Enable in Viewport, since they are still active from the last object. Also, in the Interpolation Rollout, change the steps to 6. Start by clicking at the top center of the lampshade. Move to the left and click to create 3 vertices on the first curve. Move down and to the left where a next curve begins and click to create another 3 at the top, middle, and bottom of the curve. Move to the left and create 3 more vertices at the top, middle, and bottom of this curve. Continue until you reach the bottom. Then move to the right along the bottom of the shade and create a vertex in the middle. Then click on the first vertex you created. This will close the shape. Go to the Modify panel. In the stack, click the arrow next to Line to open the sub-object access to the line. Then select Vertex. Now select all the vertices on the side of the shade. Right-click, and from the Quad menu, choose Bezier. Edit the handles so you can follow the shape of the shade. We only created half of the shade's outline because the next modeling tool we're using, Lathe, creates a 3D object by rotating a shape's profile about an axis. Select Vertex to exit Subobject mode. And with the line selected, add the Lathe modifier from the modifier list. In the parameters, change Align to Max and the segments to 30. Also, check Weld Core. This gives us the lampshade object. Now, in the Modify panel, rename the object to Lampshade 001. Switch to a perspective viewport. You can do this by using the keyboard shortcut P. Right-click, and from the Quad menu, choose Unfreeze All. Then select the plane with the picture of the lamp and delete. Select the shade again and go to the modeling ribbon. In the Polygon panel, select Convert to Poly. This will collapse the Lathe modifier and create an editable polygon. Turn on your edge faces. Enter Polygon mode and select all the polygons at the bottom of the shade. The easiest way to do this is to switch the selection mode from crossing to window mode. Orbit the viewport so you are viewing the side of the shade. Drag a selection box around the bottom of the shade, then delete those polygons. But make sure you check that you've only selected the polygons on the bottom of the shade. Now we can see on the inside. There seems to be a weird set of polygons hanging down from the top like a stalagmite. It's an easy fix, but it's hard to select those polygons. Back to the side view. In the ribbon Visibility panel, select Hide Selected. Select the bottom section of the shade. This will make the polygons easier to select. In the main toolbar, switch back to Crossing Selection Type. Select and delete the stalagmite. In the ribbon Visibility panel, select Unhide All to get back the lampshade. Exit Polygon mode using the shortcut. Polygons in 3ds Max are one-sided, so the inside of the lamp won't render properly. So go to the Modify panel and add the Shell modifier. Leave the modifier at the default. To finish the lamp, we go back to the lamp arm. Go to the ribbon and Convert to Poly. In Polygon mode, select the end polygon and delete. Now in border mode, select the border edge. Turn on your edge faces. Switch to the Scale tool. Hold Shift and scale up 200%. Switch to the Move tool and hold Shift and move the border edge out about 4 units. Now, switch to Edge mode and double-click an edge to select the corner edge loop. Go to the ribbon, Chamfer Settings, change the amount to 3, and the connect edge segments to 3. Now, OK the caddy. Save the file name trainlamp_final. Open the last train scene you used. Go to File, Import, Merge. Trainlamp_final. From the dialog, choose both objects from the list, and OK the dialog. With the parts of the lamp still selected, go to the main menu, Group, and then choose Group. Name it Train Lamp 001. When building the lamp, we didn't focus on scale, so the lamp is quite large. Select the Scale tool and scale the lamp down to 5%. It's always best to model to the scale of your scene. Now, move the train lamp so it shines down on the train station platform. The Move Transform Type-In values are X set to 650, Y to 365, and Z to 270. Also, switch to the Rotation tool, and in the Transform Type-Ins, only change the Z to 90. Now, make a clone of the lamp using the Shift Move method and move it to the opposite side of the platform. Use the Move Transform Type-Ins, X set to 650, Y to -250, and Z to 270. You can also clone one and put it over the ticket booth door. The Move Transform value is X 832, Y 335, and Z 270. I scaled it down slightly, so the scaled value is 4%. Select all 3 lamps and change their color to a dark gray. Now, in the Scene Explorer, select all the lamp parts and drop them into the lamp layer.